guys, today I'm going to be reviewing for you the SS197, or it's also been called the F-80 from Sigma. This is the flat-top Kabuki, and I don't know why, but it is called the F-80 now. If you look on the brush handle, it says F-80, whereas a lot of other people on YouTube and in the blogging community have been referring to it as the SS197. So I don't know if that's a change from Sigma or whatever, but I'm just going to refer to it as both so that you guys know it's the same brush. Basically, this is a flat top Kabuki. This is what it looks like. It's synthetic hairs. It's extremely densely packed. This brush is a lot like the Everyday Minerals synthetic flat top Kabuki. If you compare them, you can see the Sigma one is a little shorter, and it is also a little more dense, in my opinion. The Everyday Minerals one just kind of moves a little more, possibly because the hairs are longer, but they feel very similar, and like I said, the density on the Sigma is a little greater than the Everyday Minerals. Just to give you a price comparison, the Sigma brush was $16 with $4 shipping, so that turns out to be about $20. And then the Everyday Minerals brush was $10, and I'm not sure how much the shipping was. Anyway, the point of this video is just to explain some of the uses for this brush. The reason why I bought this brush is because I was looking for a synthetic flat top that could be used for my liquid foundations. Particularly the foundation I really like using with this brush is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. And the reason I say that is because the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus is sort of a thicker product with a more gel-like consistency. And I was using prior my Sephora No. 55 airbrush with that product, and I absolutely love this brush as well, but it wasn't really moving the product around the way I wanted, because this brush is not nearly as dense as the Sigma SS197, and also it's tapered and it's pretty long, so it kind of moves a lot when you're putting your makeup on, which is really great for certain products, but for a thicker foundation that's kind of hard to move around different parts of your face, I really was looking for something super densely packed, and this is what it is. It is extremely densely packed, and it is shorter, so you have a lot of control over the bristles. I really like to use this with liquid foundation. I just put a little on the back of my hand, I dab it in there, and kind of, stipple it on, and then just rub it around the face. And using this brush does require a little bit more muscle than you would require for like a duo-fiber brush, like a MAC 187 or the Sephora No. 55. Because these bristles are so short and so densely packed, it doesn't really move. You kind of have to really put some elbow grease into using this brush. It works really well with buffing out the product though, and the reason why that is because the bristles are so close together. I mean, this is honestly the most densely packed brush I have ever used, and that's really great for delivering product to the skin because it's not going to absorb a lot of the product in the meantime. It's also going to do a really good job just smoothing the product off all over the face. Sometimes with my my MAC 187, you can see here the bristles, they kind of stick together. And so when you stipple it on your face, you can see the separated, kind of the diffusion of the product. And then even when you smooth it out, sometimes you can see lines. Now, that would probably be with a thinner product, probably not with a thicker product, but with a product like the SS197, you really will not see any kind of streaks, any kind of lines, any kind of dots. It's just completely smooth. Another thing I really love about this brush is that it's a multi-use brush, so similar to the Sephora No. 55 airbrush where you can use with liquid foundation or some kind of cream blushes, this product is great because you can use this with your liquid foundation, with a powder foundation, or with mineral foundations. I particularly love using a flat top Kabuki with my loose mineral products. And the reason why I say that is because it just gives you so much better coverage, and it really delivers the product flat onto the skin in a nice, dense amount, instead of even Kabukis I find really don't deliver the product heavy enough, especially when you're using a mineral makeup, the coverage isn't going to be that great. So by using a brush like this, you kind of conserve product and it really delivers the coverage much better than using an all-over face brush, like the Bare Essentials Flawless Face Brush or something like that. So yeah, and the great thing about this brush is that it is full size. It's a little shorter than the MAC 187, and the handle is a little thicker. It seems very well made. I haven't had any problems washing it. I will say though, it takes a lot longer to dry than a normal makeup brush because it is so dense. And when you're washing it, you really need to be sure to get the soap or whatever brush cleanser you use into the bristles, because some of the product might have settled down deeper into the bristles, and you really need to kind of wash it pretty well and rinse it more than a few times, you know, and squeeze out all the excess water, and then make sure you dry it facing down or to the side so that the water doesn't seep back into this metal part, which can cause the brush to actually separate this metal from the wood, and it can cause the wood to crack and expand and things like that. So if you want your brushes to last longer, make sure you're drying them really well, drying them face down, and really getting, especially with a dense brush like this, really getting all the product out before you wash or before you start drying. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. If you're looking for something new for maybe a thicker consistency foundation like the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus or like MAC Studio Fix, this would be a great thing to try. And also it's great because you can use it on mineral makeup. So if you're looking for a cheaper alternative to this brush, I would say go ahead and try maybe the Everyday Minerals Flat Top Kabuki first. It is shorter, so that's, you know, your preference. Some people might like that better. It's a little longer and a little less dense, but the bristles feel exactly the same. They feel like velvet. They're so smooth. It's great. And, you know, I think once you kind of start using products like this, like brushes like this, they're kind of addicting because you really get this, like, soft finish that is so nicely smooth and buffed out, really unlike many other brushes I've used. So anyway, I hope you guys found this review helpful. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope that you'll comment, like it, and subscribe. Have a good day, guys.